Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live Podcast, the show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Aisha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good morning. We are thrilled to bring you the latest edition of Habari Live, your go-to podcast of the Post of Phoenix and beyond. Like always, we are all the way live from Paradise Valley. I'm Damon Dipleen Ellison, and my co-host
Aisha
and Jimmy will be your guide through the exciting stories and everyday happenings in our vibrant community. So let's get it going. So welcome to Habari Live, the podcast where we dive deep into fascinating stories and insights from some of the most talented individuals in the entertainment industry. I am your host, like I said, Damon Dipleen Ellison. We were waiting on our guest to come on, but I don't know for sure if he's coming. It's all good. We'll just keep it moving, man. So I guess let's go straight into Habari News Weekly, and we'll go from there.
Week's Habari News Weekly with Damon Dipleen Ellison. Sponsored by
Mama Soul's Fish and Chicken. We're going to start talking about them a little early. We really don't supposed to start into another little while, but we want to just kind of get into the notion of bringing them up and talking about them. They have two locations, if I'm not mistaken. They're going to open a new location in Mesa. So the other location was on
19th Avenue and Greenway.
19th Avenue and Greenway on the north side of Phoenix. So, hey, go and check them out. They tell them Habari Entertainment sent you, and maybe you'll get a discount. We haven't worked that out yet, but but maybe. But yeah, let's get straight into it, man. What stories do we have today?
Oh man, today we're gonna talk a little bit about Diddy and what's going on with him. We're gonna talk a little bit about Harrison Butler, an NFL player. We're gonna go ahead and run down with some Kobe Minor. He's a former Atlanta police officer who's been accused of fatally shooting a Lyft driver this week. And then finally, we'll get into the U.S. Army Sergeant, former U.S. Army Sergeant Daniel Perry, who's been pardoned by Governor Abbott this week. So yeah, those are some pretty big stories that happened this week.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. That story is ridiculous. Texas is always, and Abbott is always on some bull. So yeah, let's get it going, man. Let's talk about the news.
All right, so go ahead and talking about the news. Let's go ahead and get into the former Atlanta police officer who's been accused of fatally shooting the Lyft driver. His name is Kobe Minor, and he was arrested on Wednesday, according to a news release from the Atlanta police. He was arrested for murder and aggravated assault after shooting his Lyft driver. Release from the Union Police Department said that the Lyft driver was identified by authorities as Reginald Folks and was pronounced dead at the scene. The affidavit said that unfortunately he was shot in the head.
What the hell?
But I mean, this former Atlanta police officer, his defense is that he reportedly, told a witness that he believed the Lyft driver was trying to kidnap him.
What the hell?
And that is why
this dude has some type of I'm figuring he has some type of issues, man.
There had to be.
Yeah, he has some type of mental issues going on. I mean, I wonder why he was put out of the academy in the first place.
Right.
Why he's not with the
why
force.
He's no longer with the police force.
So I mean, it's probably something going on with that. But that's just me thinking out loud. But at the same time, man, it's crazy, man. Dude just trying to do his job.
Right.
He's talking about the dude trying to kidnap him, and you called the Lyft driver. What are you talking about, man? I don't know, man. These people are going crazy, dude.
I mean, that definitely was a sad story to hear this morning. And I mean, you're a police officer, a former police officer, so you should have known some sort of protocol or some sort of action to take in order to
Not have to shoot the person.
right, not have to
And
shoot
did
them.
what I wonder, was the person found with any type of weapon or anything of such? Because I'm guessing not, or they would have spoke of that. That the what reason did he think that this dude was going to do this to him? He has to have some mental issues. Looking at his picture, it looks like he's going
Mm-hmm.
through a little something.
Yep.
So I mean, something's going on with that dude, man. Hopefully he keeps the full arm of justice, man, because that's not fair, man. This I'm guessing this Uber driver had family and people that cared about him,
Exactly.
and he gets killed on some craziness.
He goes and says, "You know what? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take this job real quick. You know, if this was his first one for the day, or whatever the case was, he should have been able to go home to his family after his shift, whenever he was done doing his Lyft driving."
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I
But it is them drivers.
this is I know another time I was watching First 48, and taxi driver got
Mm-hmm,
killed. Some girls were trying to take his car, and a
mm-hmm.
dude or something like that. Then you hear about other things when the lady who went to the white man's house,
Yeah, just a few weeks
yeah, and
ago,
she was, I think she
Uber
was an Uber
driver.
driver,
Mm-hmm.
and she, they sent her there not knowing that they had already been trying to scam this dude and mess with this dude's mind. So when the dude saw the lady pull up, he thought that she had something to do with it and killed her.
Right.
She had nothing to do with this stuff, man. She just doing the Uber Lyft pickup, Uber pickup.
Yep.
So it's like, man, it's scary, man. Doing that job is tough.
Yeah, but
I
I mean,
wouldn't want to do it, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
in a world of Lyft and Uber, those drivers aren't just Lyft and Uber drivers these days. They can be Instacart drivers. They could be uh,
It don't matter what it is.
package
Messing with
carriers.
the public is crazy.
I mean, it is crazy. It is very crazy. And like you was mentioning, the lady that went to the gentleman's house, she was there to go pick up a package. That's all she was there for, was to go pick up a package, and didn't go home.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's tough, man. You can't, people just trying to do nowadays. You feel as though you need a second income in this economy,
Mm-hmm.
and people trying to do that little hustle, and you get murdered just
Yep.
trying to pick someone up.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's sad, man.
Then this week, Governor Abbott, he has pardoned former U.S. Army sergeant who has also now been released from prison. He is already at home chilling, and he got his full rights restored. He can get his guns back. He Everything solid for him because of Governor Abbott. Mind you that this guy, Daniel Perry, he was convicted of murdering a protester at a Black Lives Matter rally in 2020, and they released him from prison on Thursday after he was pardoned by Abbott. And they said the decision came after the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles voted unanimously on Thursday to recommend a full pardon and restoration of firearm rights for Perry, who was initially sentenced to a 25-year prison sentence. And then shortly after he was pardoned, he was released, like I said, released from custody, and he's back at home. He's chilling. He's got his rights restored. He can vote. He can use guns again. He's no longer a felon. None of that would have been on his record is any longer there.
It's sad, man. That's crazy. And this dude is dead. The thing that some of the facts that did come out is both of them had AKs
Mm-hmm.
strapped to them. The second one is this guy who went to jail. What was his name again?
Daniel Perry.
He drove into a crowd of
Mm-hmm.
people,
And
got
he's the
into it
only
with the
one that
people,
fired his
and
weapon.
instead of reversing, leaving, getting out of here, avoiding, he gets to go in there arguing with somebody, and then shoot and kill someone, and that's okay.
And then gets pardoned for doing it.
Right. And then there also was evidence that came up that the guy was online talking racist. He had racist posts online
Mhm.
against Black Lives Matter protesters, and talking about if he was in around one, what he would do to them. And then he goes and do it, and they're like, "Oh, self-defense. We have strong self-defense laws. Stand your ground
Stand your
laws.
ground.
You don't have to avoid. You can just go straight up to somebody, talk trash, talk mess, call them all type names, and then shoot them when you feel threatened." What are they doing in Florida and Texas? This is stupid. You can straight up just say, "All right, I don't want to avoid this. I can stand my ground." This man, dude, when the stand your ground laws start working, where black people are standing their laws, and then there are people of white descent that's getting killed, these stand your ground laws will switch up.
Yep.
They will switch up because it's all it is. It's that, like I told this dude yesterday online. All this is with all these guns is fear. They so scared of all the minorities. They so scared of everyone else. We saw the commercial yesterday. They're talking about the immigrants are coming in, the Africans, the Chinese. Like they on the commercial, they just openly talk about how they see Africans are coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, I can't even believe they said that. You could say illegals, but he's starting to name off countries and name off people. What was whose commercial was that? What's that crazy Carrie Lake?
Carrie Lake.
That's whose commercial.
It was her commercial.
Just dealing straight racism. And then they got these stand your ground laws. You already seen what it did to Trayvon Martin.
Yep.
He's his little kid going around minding his business. You run up on me and then say, "Oh, stand my ground." That's crazy. That's not
self-defense.
Standing your ground is
I attacked him, but I'm hollering self-defense.
Stand your ground is when a person comes to you and you don't back down. It's insane to me that you're walking up to other people and talking about I'm standing my ground. That's confusing. Stand your ground should be when someone comes and mess with you and you don't leave that area or you're not backing down. I get that. But to just run up on someone and I'm here. Run into a crowd with your car. You see those people there. And instead of avoid, I'm going into the crowd. I'm driving through it.
Yep.
And then you can just get into it with somebody and get to shoot and fight.
And then say, "Oh, I was scared for my life.
I was standing my ground. I was scared." He went out there. He had an AK #1. So you already know that just like dude in Illinois, they go up there with intentions of using these guns. Or you wouldn't have brought them. You wouldn't have brought the gun.
Yep.
Why did you bring the gun if you had no intentions of using it? Obviously, you may say, "I hope I don't use it," but you have it so you can use it
in hopes that you do.
They can always say, "Well, it's just for the self-defense," whatever, man. You have this gun that gives you a power, and you think you powerful. You think you're the man, and you make bad decisions, and that's what happened here. A bad decision. He wouldn't back down because he had his AK, and the other dude wouldn't back down because he had some big gun.
Yep.
Now it's all about who pulls first and shoots first. It's ridiculous, man. And they should be ashamed of themselves down there in Texas and the crap that they're doing using politics to move a dumb agenda forward. What are they trying to move? What are they saying?
Second Amendment.
Black lives don't matter. That's the whole thing that they're just because the dude was on the black side, they don't care about this guy. He dated a black girl. Like, man, it's man, I hate to say, man, but you know, it's just racist, man. That's a racist. They pulling them people out of there is racist. Pulling that man out of jail is straight up saying, "Hey, you can kill a Black Lives Matters protester if you don't like what they're doing, or if it's keeping you from going where you want to go on the road, you can kill them." I've heard politicians say, "Run them over."
Yeah.
But when they want to run into the Capitol,
in your way, run them over.
They want to run into the Capitol on like January 6th. That's fine. That's just citizens worried about what's going on with the government. Those are good people. But when it's us protesting, run them over. You could just see the racism, dog. And it's all crap. It's all 100% crap, man. For real. I can't wait. I don't know what's gonna change, man. I can't wait to get that Governor Abbott dude out of there. He is a POS. For real. Dude sucks. Texas is built on immigrants and Mexicans, and the only thing he do is disrespect them.
every
every
chance he
chance he
get.
gets, man. Like I don't know how people dealing with Texas right now, man, but it's trash, bro. Next story.
Uh, let's go ahead and talk about Harrison Butler before we get into this week's hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
This week on May 11th, Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butler, he gave a commencement address to graduates from Benedictine College. And during his speech to private Catholic liberal arts college in Kansas, he suggested that Pride Month was a deadly sin. He also condemned abortion rights and informed women that they had the most diabolical lies told to them. Harrison, when he addressed the crowd, he addressed the women directly.
Mm-hmm.
And he told the women that how many of them are sitting there right now about to cross the stage and are thinking about the promotion and the titles that they're going to get for their careers.
Mm-hmm.
But he also went on to say that so many of them may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but he would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and children you will bring into this world.
Yeah.
Referring to the women directly and saying that, women shouldn't have thoughts. They should have more babies than thoughts.
That's the one that was crazy to me.
So he basically, and then tried to backtrack it afterwards, after all the backlash came out, and said that, he was just saying that we should go back to a time of like the 50s and the 60s.
Oh yeah, let's go to a time when we have separate water fountains just for black people. That sounds awesome.
And women didn't work and just was in the kitchen cooking food. And said that his wife, that's her most valuable title. She became
she went
a
to
homemaker.
college. She did all that hard work, putting all that work, doing all that stuff, but
she's most happy as a homemaker.
Yeah, right.
Now I do understand that there are some women who that is what they want. They want to be a housewife. They want to be a stay-at-home mom. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Definitely.
But at the same time, you cannot think that moms who want to work are bad moms because they want to work or they need to work in order to take care of their family.
Man, a lot of people just think that the traditional family is falling apart, and women working and not having babies and taking care of them at home is just not the society they want to see. But to me, do what you want in your home. If you want to have a wife that's just popping out babies and sitting at home taking care of them, that's y'all business.
Right.
If I want to not do that, and my woman wants to work and have a career, and we want to wait to have kids to later on, right, do that. Everybody is not the same. Every relationship is not the same. And that's what I hate about religious people, man. They're always trying to push their agenda onto others. This is what you believe.
The NFL came out and said, you know what? These are his personal beliefs, his personal views. That is not the view of the NFL. We have to make sure that, we let y'all know that this ain't how we feel. We're about being inclusive to everyone.
And they have to say that, because they have a brand. But at the same time, like I'm saying, this is his personal views. I just wish that he didn't take it to these people who are trying to graduate at the commencement.
Right.
This is something they're trying to celebrate what they've been working hard for 4 to 8 years. And you come in there telling them that how they need to just go have babies. That's kind of crazy to me. Mm-hmm. These girls didn't come here, work all these years to just go have babies. They could have just dropped out of high school and did that. Why you have all this education and you're this educated if you're not going to be able to put this education to use and put your mind to use, what you've been sharpening for all these years.
Right.
So, I understand women going to college and building a career. Nowadays you have to have multiple people bringing in incomes. You can't go off just one income anymore. It's hard. Unless that one person is making 250, 200, 175, just even 100,000 to me is not enough. It matters your way of living. If you're living, to in a smaller manner, if you're making sure that you're only living in a 1 or 2 bedroom,
Right.
but if you don't have any kids, it's just you, that can definitely help for a single person. But when you start getting into kids and you start having 2-3 kids living off you,
Right. A single income ain't gonna do
that's
it.
not gonna do it, man. So I mean, unless you're a multimillionaire like he is,
Right.
you know, it's hard to make those decisions and say, "Oh, we're not working anymore."
And everyone doesn't get the opportunity to become a multimillionaire.
Mm-mm. No, very small percentage. It's a
So,
small percentage that makes up to 6
but
figures.
Harrison Butler, yeah, it's okay. Your wife can be a stay-at-home mom
Definitely.
if that's what she wants to do.
He can afford that.
You can afford to take care of her and the kids and do all that and still, do
But
what you need to do and have fun.
To push it off on other people and tell them what most of them should be doing or most of them should be looking forward to, you don't know their situation, bro, to be coming up saying crazy stuff like that. And there was women in the crowd who, you know what I'm saying, looking around like, what? He's really pushing his political agenda.
And to
He
be
still
honest,
got a standing ovation.
right, that's what I was just about
But
to say. He still got that standing ovation at the end of his speech.
This is a Catholic school.
A Catholic school.
So,
and they liked, the Catholic people liked what this Catholic person was saying.
They like
and
it.
he's very religious.
But not all of them, because we also saw some people that said that they was looking around like, what the hell?
Yep.
Because, there's going to be girls.
It was more or less the women that were graduating that were looking around at each other like, hold on, wait. What?
Who knows the exact people, but the thing is, it's still like, he wasn't speaking for everyone.
No, he wasn't.
And you're supposed to just go up there and congratulate everyone for graduating,
right?
Instead of coming up there with a political agenda.
Not only are you there to congratulate them for graduating,
right?
You're supposed to provide them with inspiration for the next chapter of their life,
right?
And you did none of that.
You just like have some babies.
You just went up there and said, being gay is a sin. Women go have babies. Don't have thoughts. Have a good day.
Right. And that's kind of, it's disrespectful to some women. Some women may not be able to have kids.
Right.
Some women may be, lesbian. They're not into men or whatever the situation is. So, I mean, it's just a blanket statement that he probably should have left alone, but he's catching a lot of slack for it. So he'll learn for the next commencement if he does another one. I don't think I would invite him. But what's the next story?
We'll go ahead and talk about our hot mess for the week.
All right, run that.
Get ready for the week's Hollywood hot mess with Aisha Rowan. Sponsored by
Mama Soul's Fish and Chicken. If you want to go get you an extremely soulful plate, go on down there to 19th Avenue and Greenway.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can catch their new location opening in Mesa on June 1st.
Definitely, man. Get you some good food.
All right. So this week's hot mess is Diddy. P. Diddy, Puffy, whatever you want to call him these days. Whatever name he's going by these days, right?
It's Diddy, is what everybody's saying. So
yeah, I know. Diddy, Mr. Love, Mr. Combs, no Diddy, Sean Combs, right? All the names that he's called himself over the years, right? 2016 surveillance video has come out of Diddy grabbing, shoving, dragging, and kicking his former girlfriend Cassie Ventura. During the altercation that matches the allegations in her now settled federal lawsuit,
right?
That happened in November. In the video, you can see Ventura exiting the hotel room. She's walking down to a bank of where the elevators are at. Combs, or Diddy, he comes out of the hotel room holding a towel around his waist, and he runs after her. I mean, if you guys haven't seen the video, please go watch it. We're not gonna play the video. It's too graphic. It's not too graphic, but it's at the same time
it's not. Yeah,
right.
We don't have the rights to the video.
To the video,
I think
right?
CNN is the people that found the video.
Yeah, they were the ones that got exclusive rights to the video. So go watch it on CNN if you need to. But Ventura, he grabs her by the back of her neck. He throws her to the floor.
He grabbed her by her hood, the hood of her jacket.
or her hair
Yeah.
or something
Well,
like
she
that.
had a hood
So
on, so he grabbed her by the hood, pulled her down,
pulled her
and then
down
he
and he
kicked her
kicked her, and
in
then he
her.
picked
He
up
kicked
his
her in
her picked up
butt.
her luggage,
He kicked her in the ass.
and then he picked up her purse,
Yeah.
and he kicked her again.
Yeah, he kicked her twice in the ass.
And that was within like 4 seconds of
Yeah.
each other, them first 2 kicks.
Yeah, man. He's man. This was a bad look, man. We already knew when he paid that fast
That something was wrong.
definitely.
He knew something was in that lawsuit that he was like, yeah, I know I did that, so let me go ahead and give her bread.
All the other cases, he hasn't done that. No other case has he paid as fast as he paid that girl.
Right.
I don't even think he paid one person of the other allegations. So
the only person he's paid that has come out with any form of allegation is Cassie.
And he did that fast. So we already knew that meant guilt, because you don't pay that fast, man. If you think it's something that you did not do. He did come out and vehemently say he's innocent. And I don't know how you can really say that when you're on video. I mean,
yeah, after this video came out, he said he was like, that wasn't me.
Did he really say that?
I think they did come out with a statement that said he said it wasn't him. He denied it.
I hope not, because that sounds crazy. This is you, bro. Stop it. But anyway, I'm just hoping that yeah.
Right. He has some pretty distinct features.
I mean,
the way his head shaped.
Right. I mean, it's him. That was him. Stop it. I mean, like I said, bro, he has a lot more cases pending, man. Dude is in a lot of trouble. He's still under federal investigation. We have not found out what exactly what evidence they got from all of the computers and software and data that they took out of his house. So I'm figuring that they're gonna release something and tell us what they were looking for, if they found it, or what the situation is. But it's not looking good for him, man.
It's really not.
I always said, on the no Diddy, on the gay stuff, that the allegation that the one security guard put forward saying he was gay, that I need a little bit more evidence. You know what I mean? I with the Cassie stuff, I never had it. I already knew. There's no reason why he's paying if he's not guilty. It's pretty evident. But with the gay stuff that everybody's running around talking, saying he's gay and he's this and orgies and all this, I'm gonna need some proof. If I see the proof, I'll believe it. But I'm gonna need to see something.
On that Epstein list.
Yeah.
First name on the list.
There's a lot of people that went to that island.
They put every single one of his names on there. That's how guilty he is. They put Sean Diddy Combs, they put Diddy, P Diddy, Puff Daddy, everything.
Well, a lot of people are really believing things. When you come out guilty as one thing, one allegation, people are going to be like, well, we believe all the allegations now. They already did believe it because they've been running. They got a slogan, no Diddy for him. You know what I'm saying? Already. So it's people already believe it. But this is damning. And I whatever little business ties he had is gone now.
Yeah, they also said that the lawsuit alleged that Combs paid the hotel $50,000
to not
for the
release the
security
video. I bet. So I wonder how much they paid to get that video.
But the hotel that this happened at is no longer open. But the only how that they was able to verify the video was going by previous photos of the hotel. So they went back and looked at the previous gallery, like online photos of the hotel, and was able to verify that this is
we know
is real footage.
I mean, it was in her affidavit, if I'm not mistaken, that this happened. So only thing CNN did is went into digging into who had the video, who was the last person that was able to distribute it, and them get access to it. But like I said, this is damning, man, and it's definitely going to hurt this dude here.
Someone was talking about, like, it's not the fact that he did it surprised him. It was the fact of how many people were like, "Oh, we told you so," about him doing this.
Yeah, I mean,
like he was like, "Hey, nobody said that." You know what I mean? We didn't think he did it. Nobody stood up.
The only thing I ever questioned, like I said, was the the gay allegations,
Mhm.
because to me, just one security guard saying it is not enough evidence. We need to see something like this. So he this one and what he did to this girl is he can say it all he wants to, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
The
mean that
videos.
video.
I mean, he's
is-
standing by
damning.
it. It ain't me.
Yeah,
His face could be clearly in the video. Still ain't me.
nah, it doesn't matter, man. And also I thought this week what his son released a diss or something to somebody else. What is it, 50 Cent or something?
Oh God.
Man, they need to just chill. He needs to just chill out.
And wasn't one of his sons already accused of sexual assault
he was
himself?
he was the same one, same dude.
Same son.
Yeah, he released some diss. King Combs. Yeah, he needs to go sit down, man. Let this shit die off, man.
Yep.
That dude is having a bad year. You know what I'm saying?
And you ain't making it no easier.
Yeah, man. So I don't know, bro. Like I said, any ties bro had is over with right now, man. He's gonna be blacklisted because nobody's gonna want to touch him, because it's everybody's just so against him right now.
Everybody talk about what was that one song? What song is that? It was like, you can tell your friends to get with my friends, and we can be friends. And everybody like, I don't know now.
Yeah. Nah, man.
Yeah, they going through and dissecting all of his songs.
I don't want to be friends no more.
That's on him, man. I feel, when you do stuff like this, it's gonna come back to you. You can't get away with treating people like this, man.
You can't get away with nothing nowadays.
No, man. I mean, it's
the internet will have you.
I mean, it's not just the internet, man. It's just the fact that there's cameras everywhere.
Everywhere.
You got cameras in your pocket. Security got cameras everywhere. Everybody has cameras, and to not be cognizant of that and make decisions like there isn't any cameras recording you at 24/7, especially in a hotel.
Right.
That's just
You did it in front of the camera.
Just ignorant, or just straight up I think I'm the man and I can do what I want to.
I mean, the hotel got cameras everywhere except for inside the hotel rooms.
Right. So you could have did all you want to in the room, but it looked like she had already been going through something, because she had that hood on. It looked like she was crying. It looked like she had already. She was
trying to get out. She was trying to get out. She was trying to hide who she was when he was in the shower. Right.
Yeah. He's this is definitely not gonna help his cause.
And it's not like he didn't know. Did he look up at the camera and
I don't know. I ain't see all that. The only thing I know is that he made a fatal. I ain't gonna say fatal, but he's definitely made a horrible mistake doing that, man.
He's made a potentially career-ending move.
I mean, if we look at the history of this and the other people that's been caught like this, we don't see them anymore.
Yep.
So
career ending.
Right. So all right, man. Let's go ahead and run Habari Sports.
Habari Sports.
I think
let's go Minnesota.
We got game 6 or 7 between the OKC. It's 2 game 7s. So who you got? You got OKC or Dallas, or you got Minnesota? No, it's Minnesota. Has Dallas lost? Dallas ain't won yet, right?
I thought it was New York and the Pacers tomorrow.
I know New York and the Pacers are going to the game 7. I also know that Minnesota and Denver is going to game 7. But I'm talking about Dallas and OKC. Oh, okay. I know they're going to game 6.
I think they might. I'll say Dallas.
Yeah, I
want Dallas to win.
Joe's here.
You are a terrible ninja. You are terrible. But it would be nice to see Kyrie to win a ring without LeBron.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to be tough for him. We watched a close series.
Dallas leads 3-2.
Right, so they're going into game 6.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be in Dallas. So it may be over in Dallas, man. OKC, man, they just don't look good. Their offense just looks terrible. And I just they don't play nothing in the post, just a whole bunch of dribbling and shooting three. Dude. Then they got the skinny dude playing at the center, man. Dude is so skinny, man. He's too little. And they got a little bit of they got Jalen Williams playing at the I think it's Jalen. It's one of them that's playing at the power forward, and I think he's like a small forward. They play a really small team, man. And Dallas is big with PJ Washington and the other dude.
I'm joking.
You cool. Doesn't even fit.
She chuckled at it
because that's all you can do with you.
It doesn't even fit in that situation.
Right.
Anyway.
He said Dallas is too big for them. And that's when I said that's what she said. I tried to say before you said something about PJ Washington, but
anyway,
he was talking a little too fast.
I just don't think.
I hope the Timberwolves win tomorrow.
That's gonna be tough, man.
Because I am the biggest Nikola Jokic hater.
Yeah, man, Jokic. You know, a lot of people was like, "Oh, he proved he was the MVP on that Game 5. What he did." I'm like, "Dog, that's the fastest I've seen that dude move all season." That one dunk, I ain't never seen that dude move that
Anthony
fast.
Edwards been out there busting ass. I ain't gonna lie.
He shoots a lot, man, and when he wants to go to the hole, he gets there. But sometimes I feel like they get him out of his game, and he just dribbles around and dribbles the clock out. And they can get him in Game 5. They got him in that a whole lot, and that's when they was able to beat him. He has to figure out other ways to score than just shooting threes. I mean, he liked to step back and he likes to fade away like everybody do nowadays. But he's got to figure out some easy ways, man. He big enough to be able to work people on the post. I know no one likes to play on the post anymore, but if he could play at that free throw down range and try to get that going, I think that would help them a lot, man, when he's trying to find himself in the three-pointer isn't falling. Because he tries to get himself into a lot of dribbling situations to try to dribble and pull up, but that doesn't always work. Like Game 5, he looked really bad. So, man, if he gets going in Game 7, they have a chance. Karl Anthony Towns, man, he bullied us around, man. But as soon as he sees somebody that's strong, he just disappears, man. He disappears. I mean, he wasn't even there in the last game. When they won, he didn't play great. You know what I'm saying? He just hasn't been playing great, man. He killed Kevin Durant. They killed them. But like I said, Kevin Durant's too little. They have Gordon, they have size, and they able to get under him and annoy Karl Anthony Towns, and he's not doing anything, man. But if he has a breakout game, Edwards comes to play. They did miss Conley that Game 5 when he was gone too, and if Conley's back, they had a chance, man. They did win in Denver 2 games in a row, so they do have a chance. I'm still gonna say Denver, because even though everybody was jumping on the Minnesota bandwagon, I didn't think that they owned it like that. Let's see here. Let's go into this is sports, huh? So let's talk about this next story here I have, man. We're talking about the what else her name? Caitlyn Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get that?
No,
picture of her?
I only got hers.
Oh, okay. But this week, man, she had her first couple games. Did not go that well at all. So she's been exciting in the women's world of college basketball, and she had a meteoric rise of to going into professional basketball. Everybody's talking about her, and some women college basketball players have developed into household names long before they enter the WNBA draft. One standout player has captured the hearts of the fans everywhere, and that is Caitlyn Clark, the former Iowa Hawkeye star, has been making headlines not just for her talent, but for her impact in the sport as well. She is now the all-time leading scorer in the NCAA, which recently selected her first for the Indiana Fever in the last month in the WNBA draft. Her journey to stardom began well before this milestone, with fans eagerly tuning in to watch her play. Long before she officially joined the professional ranks, her influence and popularity were undeniably contributed to the growing focus of women basketball. Now she said that I think there are opportunities for every single player in women's basketball, and I think the more opportunities we give across the board, that's what elevate women's game, and that's what she was saying. But that was into a turn where Asia Wilson, who had said that she think that there's some type of racial influence going on with her popularity, and a lot of people have been saying that. I disagree. You know, I don't agree with that. I just don't see the racism. You know, I just don't see how it's putting down black people for her to be. She's from Iowa to me, and Iowa is a very white state, and Iowa's a very white team, and for her to be the best player on that team, and then for white people to come to her games in a white state, I mean, I just don't see the racism. I could see if it was in a place where it was different.
Where there was a more of a mix.
Right. And then also, there's been a lot of white girls, Breanna Stewart's, Deanna Taurasi's, the Sue Birds of the world that have played the game and have not reached the popularity that she reached. Can they say racism? There's a lot of different girls that's getting a lot of publicity, man. There's girls getting commercials. This girls is blowing up.
Yeah.
And I know that she's getting more,
Yep.
but she's the most popular. She's getting the most viewers ratings, and that's just because Iowa is really into her.
Right.
And there's 3-4 million people there.
That's what it all boils down to. People are watching her games.
Yeah.
Nobody else is watching.
And well, they did say like they did a stream of
Women's basketball, period.
right. What's old girl that just got drafted from LSU? I can't think of
Angel
her name.
Reese?
Yeah, Angel Reese. Her game was streamed, and it had 2 million viewers. It was streamed from a cell phone, and they said 2 million people. Now I don't know how popular the person that streamed it is, and that could have a lot to do with it. But her game was played locally also, but you know it just doesn't reach the numbers as this girl is reaching.
Right.
But also, just like ABC today, I believe they're gonna play a couple WNBA games, and then they're gonna play an NBA game.
It's 4 games today for
Right.
WNBA.
And
you got the Indiana Fever, they playing, and then you got the Los Angeles Sparks, they playing the Aces, Sky's playing the Wings, and the Atlanta Dream is playing Phoenix Mercury tonight.
Right. And you know, I think that, you know, me being a fan of the WNBA, I've been a fan since the 90s, since the Cheryl Swoops, since the Houston Comets won 4 back-to-back. You know, I was watching. A lot of people just weren't. A lot of people don't pay attention. Her ratings for her games are bringing them back to the 90s viewerships.
Ratings. Right.
Which is, you know, some people like, oh, that's not good enough for her to do, saying that wasn't good enough. She should be blowing that out. But at the same time, in the 90s, they were getting nationwide TV spots.
Right.
So, and then, you know, back then there was less channels and less streaming. So people had to watch the same way. So the numbers in the 90s are going to be higher than the numbers are now with all the options that we have and the streaming and everything. So if you get even close to numbers to the 90s, you're doing okay. And her games fit into the top 10 already WNBA games for viewership ever.
Yep.
She's changing things, man. And
she's getting more girls to watch basketball.
Right, man. And it doesn't matter, man, how the odds are coming, just that the odds are coming. We had 30 years to make the WNBA into something. And these people from Iowa decided that they wanted to get behind this girl, and we're going to get mad and call it racism. I kind of think that's crazy. Let's just go for the ride, man. Other girls are going to, just because more people are watching, other girls are going to get more eyes. If you're good right now, but everybody's watching, this is going to make you a star. She's not playing that well, but people are still tuning in.
Yep.
So if you can be that person that's playing well, you're going to get the eyes, you're going to get the love. I mean, I just don't get. I'm not with the racism or anything, racial undertones on this. Yeah, man, this still is a country that's predominantly white. If I just don't see anything wrong with them being behind someone that comes from their space. That I just don't see it, man. If she was knocking other people out the box and other people was losing opportunity because of her, then I would say, that's not fair. But in the NBA, most of the players that sell all the jerseys, they're black.
Mm-hmm.
Can the white people say racism? They're always black. They've been black since Michael Jordan left. And he's the biggest star ever. We're not saying racism there. Like, I don't understand. We can go back to the 70s and 80s with Magic and Bird, and we can go there, but that's in the 80s. No, nobody cares about that. People love Michael Jordan no matter what race he is. Magic, he did well. He was able to cross all type racial boundaries. Everybody loved Magic Johnson. It didn't matter. That's why he's a billionaire right now. And he owned the Dodgers. People loved him. Bird don't have money like Magic does. Nowhere near. Magic is paid. And people have handed money to Magic. He owned teams, he owned theaters, he owned everything, bro. So I don't know, man. To me, it seems like when it comes to sports, your play is what's going to take you to the next level. Hey, man, that's what's going to do it. You got to win. You got to be good. And it doesn't matter if you somehow, this girl, she has the charisma to get everybody to the next level.
Right.
Just like Jordan had it. He had it, like Magic and Bird, they had it to take it to the next level. All through the 70s, nobody cared about basketball. When the 80s hit, when Bird came and Magic came, people loved them. Indiana was behind Bird. Michigan was behind Magic. Then when he went to the Lakers, you got the whole LA behind him. That's the things that drove them things. People talked about the racism with Bird, and they thought that Isaiah Thomas said it, that if he was a black guy, he would just be another player, which was bull. The dude had won 3 championships. It didn't matter what color. I mean, we can get into the argument about the MVPs because people have the votes on that, and that's something that they can actually change because they can vote for who is the MVP. And we do see that in the history that, yeah, I'm not going to go there, but through history, we have seen all type, Steve Nash, he won back to back. Larry Bird, I think he won 3 out of 4. Jokic, he's won 3 out of 4. But there's black players that's won 3 too. Mike, I think he won 5, right? 5 MVPs. I think something like that, 5 or 6. All these guys have won them, so you can't. It's hard to say racism in sports, man, because it's all about competition. And sometimes I'm not saying there's not any racism in sports because that would be straight ignorant. There is. But I don't know if that has led to her popularity just because she's white. When Sue Bird has won, she's white. Nobody give her. Nobody cared. Diana Taurasi, she's in Phoenix. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? Nobody cares. But this girl, for some reason, people care. People like her.
But she's losing right now.
Well, she hasn't been. Look, dude. It's a hard league.
Liberty is kicking. Indiana Fever.
Right.
Ashes.
Look, dude. The WNBA is deep, and it's tough. It's gonna be tough for her to get good. They said it, and people didn't like it. That Diana Taurasi said it, that she's gonna have a tough struggle.
Yeah.
Brittany Griner said it, that she'll have a struggle at first, but she'll get better. And everybody was flipping out. Oh my goodness, why are they hating on her? They just saying, man, she's gonna have it's gonna be a learning curve, and it's been a learning curve for most. But there's been some girls that came in and straight bald. So we don't know. We don't know. But only thing I do know is Iowa loved this girl. The Midwest loved this girl, and that's all that really matters, man. And it's taking the league to another level, their views to another level, and that's dope for the WNBA. I hope everybody can get over the racism stuff and just start playing ball, man. But that's all I got this week for sports, man. Let's go on to the comic book corner.
Comic Book Corner. Sponsored by
Fish and Chicken, located in 19th Avenue and Greenway. Come there for your great soul food that you can't find in many places in Phoenix. It's definitely some soul food, but not a whole lot of them. But this is definitely one of the best. So make sure you come and check them out. And like I said, tell them Habari Entertainment sent you. And welcome back to Habari Live Podcast, and thank you for joining us for another thrilling segment of Comic Book Corner. I'm Damon Dipling Nelson, like always, and today we're diving into the highly anticipated review of X-Men 97, Episode 10, a near perfect ending to an exciting and tumultuous season. Man, it was...
That episode was the greatest episode of X-Men I ever watched in my entire life.
Man, that shit was crazy, man. It was good. Crazy good, man. They did a great job. And I want to DeMayo, whatever guy in there, Bo DeMayo, he did a great job, man, on writing. He's been doing a great job explaining to everybody online what's going on. Dude is just, we still haven't found out why he was fired. A lot of people think it has to do with his bodybuilding and pictures online of himself without shirts and his OnlyFans stuff, but we don't know 100% for sure. But he did a great job, man, on this, and that's all that really matters, man. So the last episode was Tolerance is Extinction Part 3, and it was full of surprises. And if you don't want to see spoilers, you may want to turn away. But none of us saw coming. Surprises that none of us saw coming. And remember when we thought Logan's bones leaving his body and Xavier getting ready to meld his mind with Magneto were going to be the big setups for season 2? Well, the series cleverly hit us with 2 red herrings, ensuring we weren't prepared for the actual events of the episode. Like it was just crazy, man, to see them go versus I forget dude's name now. The robot dude.
Master Mold?
Nah,
The
man,
Sentinels?
the dude who was
Bastion?
Yeah, there we go, Bastion. Can't think of his name, my bad. But Bastion was a fight, man. It was a tough fight, man, with him. And it was a good fight. And you would think after that was going to be the end. But America had to do some things trying to blow up the asteroid. It was about to kill their own selves, trying to do dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The president made a horrible decision to send missiles up there.
Yep.
And
using the Magneto protocol.
Yeah, dumb. Always got some dumb idea they got tucked under there. But anyway, so they decided to try to blow asteroid M out of the sky after everything that went down with Bastion. And luckily Magneto was able to save everything. But the thing is that, you know, we don't know where they the X-Men ended up, where they are. We kind of know the times they are, but what exactly is going on, we don't know. We do see that they're bringing in Apocalypse. A young Apocalypse is coming in. One thing they talked about Apocalypse about, man, it was pretty dope. They were talking about that he found all his stuff from Kang when he went back to the Egyptian times, and he was the I forgot his name. They used to call him back then.
New something they called him.
I forget, but he left some stuff there, and Apocalypse found it, and that's how he gets all this future tech stuff. Was from Kang. I did not know that, and that's pretty crazy. So I mean, this is a perfect time really to bring up Apocalypse because he's attached to him. You know what I mean? And Kang is the big deal right now in the MCU. So
what if Apocalypse ends up becoming the bigger villain for the MCU over Kang?
Well, in the
Since
future it will be, but Kang has to be gone for Apocalypse to get his stuff and say, I'm moving it forward. So he has to be dead or his remnants isn't there anymore. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens on that, man. They set up season 2 really, really well, man. They fast forwarded 6 months at the end of the show, and they showed Forge, and he was showing that he was the last X-Man left pretty much. And there was other people that were left. Jubilee, Sunspot, and Cable. They were marked as AWOL. Bishop, however, returns from his stint in the future back in episode 2 to help Forge rebuild the X-Men. So it looks like they're gonna build it with the team that's left. I think it was like Shadowcat, Iceman,
Mm-hmm.
and a couple more cats that was there. So we'll see what they do, man. It's set up
Because
pretty
they got to go
nicely.
save the X-Men now.
Like us, yeah, because we got um Jean Grey, we got Rogue, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Storm, Xavier, Logan, Beast, Nightcrawler, and Magneto. They're in Egypt at 3000 BC, and Jean and Scott end up somewhere in the future, circa 3960 AD, and they end up running into their son.
Nathan.
Right. So that's, man, this it's really good, man, how everything's tying together, dude. And I like what they're doing a lot. And this has been much better than anything that happened back in the day, man. You know, back in the day, it was just so it was so much that they couldn't do, and but now that they're unleashed. They're not handcuffed. They can do what they want. They can do blood. They can do killing. They can talk about the Holocaust.
Right.
They can do these things that they just could not do at first.
I don't think they felt comfortable enough
Well, they couldn't. They
at
wouldn't
that
let them.
time
They wouldn't let them do
to,
that. It
to
was on
talk about
Fox
that.
TV in
Yeah.
the morning during cartoons.
Yeah.
You can't do that stuff. So it was and then you know, we got the stunning post credit scene where we got to see Apocalypse pick up the Queen of Hearts that Bishop dropped when he died. So we think that right there might end up being where Bishop becomes one of his four horsemen, and they're gonna bring
Gambit back.
Gambit back. My bad, I said Bishop. He's gonna bring Gambit back, and Gambit is gonna be a part of his crew. That's what a lot of people have been saying. We don't know for sure, but him picking that Queen of Hearts up, and he is in the now. So it seemed that that's what's gonna happen with him. So man, it's a lot going on, man. I thought it brilliantly sets up the next season. I thought that the storylines were excellent. The way it intertwines the past and the present and future times lines was just genius. The writers have a deep respect for the source material and masterful understanding of how to keep fans on the edge of their seat. I definitely felt that. I felt the animation was next level. Everything that to see Cyclops, man, the way he was moving, the way he was doing, fighting and battling was just, man, dope, man. This is what you wanted to see and you couldn't see back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have the animation ability that they do now, with computer animation helping out. So what you I know you so which tell us what you think about it in the comments, please. Let us know what you thought, you know, what things that you thought were weak or what things you thought could have been better, or let us know your favorite parts about it, man. And also, you know, make sure to like and subscribe and follow us on all platforms, and you can catch up with more talk about the X-Men and more MCU stuff to come.
Oh yeah. Speaking of more MCU stuff to come, don't forget Daredevil Born Again has been given a release. It's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
come
they had a
out
release
next
date,
year,
huh?
2025.
What
So
was it, like August, or
I think it
was
was
it early?
March.
Yeah, it was
March of
early.
2025. But they say there are rumors that, you know, they're trying to get it to push out to like October, November next year. But for now, it is slated for like March of 2025. We're going to get Daredevil Born Again. And it looks like the first season is going to have 18 episodes.
Yeah, that's a lot compared to what the other ones were getting. So, but Daredevil is something you should do on TV. She-Hulk is not.
Right.
And I'm not saying that a lot of people hated on She-Hulk. I'm not saying it was a bad show, but when you're trying to do the CGI, and CGI costs so much, you don't want to do a show like that when you have to use so much CGI. And she CGI every episode. She should have been in a movie. So it could, you know, they could pay the money and have the money, and it's not a big deal. But that's just my opinion on that, man. But Daredevil is perfect for TV because you don't have to do all this CGI. So I'm hoping it's going to be as good as the first two seasons were, because after Defenders and the third episode, the third season, I thought it kind of got weak on Netflix. But hopefully they can keep it going, man. I also want to talk about this hip hop news. I'm gonna get me a new hip hop segment thing. But in hip hop news, we got this segment here. It puts its finger on the pulse of the hip hop world. Habari Hip Hop News is what we're calling this. Um, Today, we're getting some sizzling news about one of the biggest names in the game, Kendrick Lamar. So let's dive straight into this situation. Since he's been putting out diss records for against Drake, the man has been climbing the charts, bro. Um, his feud with Drake has been one of the most talked about rivalries in hip hop, and it seems like it's not just boosting his legacy, but also his bank account. According to recent reports from Hits Daily Double, Kendrick is raking in a six-figure income from his Drake diss tracks, and the numbers are staggering. Leading the charge is the mustard-produced banger "Not Like Us," which has soared to the top of the Billboard Hot 100. This track alone has generated over $275,000 in the last week. The bulk of his impressions sums come from the 58.7 million streams, while just over 13,500 was earned from $15,000 sales. That's a testament to both the song's popularity and Kendrick's potent lyrical prowess. So that's not all though. The Euphoria track aimed at Drake sits at number 3 on the chart and has pulled in more than 210,000 in the last 7 days, thanks to 45 million streams. Man, that doesn't make sense, bro. This dude get 45 million streams and I only get $250,000.
Right.
How does that equal out? Should not at least get 25 mil, 20 mil, a million? I got 40. I don't get it, man. The streaming numbers don't equal up to me, man. But clearly, Kendrick's fans can't get enough of his sharp disses and infectious beats. Kendrick also has 2 other entries in the top 20. His initial Drake diss track, Like That, featuring Future and Metro Boomin, has generated I almost forgot about that one, 135,000 from nearly 30 million streams and over 3,000 sales in the last week. However, since this track involves multiple collaborators, the earnings will be split amongst them. Rounding out his top 20 hits is Meet the Grams, which is currently sitting at number 12 on the charts. The song has brought in an additional 98,000 for K. Dot, thanks to over 20 million streams and almost 7,000 sales. In total, Kendrick's flurry of diss songs has amassed over 725,000 in the last week alone. While it's not entirely clear how much of this revenue ends up directly in Kendrick's pockets, it's safe to say that the Compton rapper is cashing in on his lyrical battles in a big way. The financial windfall underscores how beef rivalries will while often fraught with controversy, can translate into significant commercial success in the world of hip hop. Kendrick Lamar has masterfully turned his feud with Drake into a profitable venture, solidifying his status not only as a top-tier lyricist, but also as a savvy businessman. Dude is killing it, man, and you got to give respect to him. And his disses killed this man. And when his disses are the number one songs in the nation, it's automatically tell you who won. He got like 3 of them in the top 20. So I mean, dude, his songs kill you, and not one of them time that they say that Drake's was up there.
Right.
Because his songs was weak, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. They were soft. But he killed him. He killed Drake. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I see a couple of Drake fans trying to hold on, saying he did all right, but Drake got slaughtered, man. And I would expect nothing less from an R&B singer parading as a rapper. He got murdered. So I shouts out to Kendrick for that, for a great week for him, man. And I think that's pretty dope. So where we at, Jimmy? 45?
We're just over an hour.
Huh?
2 of Drake's songs right there.
We got 2 Drake songs that's top 20. Whatever. I'm hating. Drake is an awesome R&B artist, man. I don't see him as a rapper, me myself. He's an R&B singer. But he's hybrid because he does a lot of rapping. But man, I just see him as his best songs are R&B, and a lot of people won't agree with that, but I think that's what he is. Trying to act hard and be a gangster rapper. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it. You got anything else?
Yeah, in the world of threads, let's just go on over there and talk about what's going they trending topics.
Mm-hmm.
Rudy Giuliani has been served an indictment
Yay.
by Arizona for his fake elector scheme during his birthday party yesterday.
Yeah.
So Rudy Giuliani was having a birthday party. He was at home chilling with his peoples, and knock, knock, knock.
Papers.
Here's your papers, homie.
You know
You've been
how he
served.
You already know how he felt after that. That's how he felt, just like that.
On his birthday. I know we talked about it a little bit ago. We talked about Harrison Butler.
Mm-hmm.
But his jerseys are selling out.
Yeah,
because so many people are agreeing with him.
Yeah, people like that stuff.
Yeah.
Like the people, the male chauvinists love it. Get your butt in the kitchen and get the cooking out dinner. Stay at home, pregnant and barefoot. They love it, man.
Yep.
They love it.
Those are the biggest topics that's going on in the world of threads right now. But I mean, they also talking about how Caitlyn Clark is currently losing.
Yeah, a lot of people
Indiana Fever. They are 0-2, and she's currently they're on 61-77 right now.
They're on their way to 0-3.
They're on their way to 0-3.
Hey man, but look, dude, she's a rookie in a good league, and I don't expect her to come in winning championships. It's gonna take her a while to get it together, man. And anybody who thought any differently with that, you don't know basketball. You haven't been watching.
Yeah.
But
she's a rookie. I expect no less than for her. I don't expect her to come in and win the championship.
No.
Her first year in the WNBA.
It's gonna take some years.
I do think that it probably will take her about 3,
4
maybe
years
4 years before she starts
that's average.
finding her.
Right.
This is what my niche is in the game, and this is how I need to play this high level of profession.
She has Aaliyah Boston, who's a great player herself. Both of them are young. She was the number 1 pick last year. So they'll figure it out, man. Those two girls will get it together.
She already out there signing signatures, before the game, doing selfies with the kids. So she's out. She out there. She doing her thing.
Hey man, she's taking
the little girls. They loving her.
Right. She's taking the game to the next level, man. Let's stop talking about all this hate and racism and just embrace what's going on, man. And take your chances that's going, because like I said, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for a lot of girls, because everybody don't have her on the team.
Yep.
But you're going to be playing versus her. So you're going to get eyes also. So make sure you are putting your best foot forward, because you may be the next person to get that endorsement deal. So man, don't hate on her talking about what she's getting. Worry about what you're getting and go focus in what you can get, because it's going to be there. Yep. The opportunities are going to be there. All right, man. I guess that's it for today. We did not have our guest come in, which is, kind of whack, but whatever, man. We always get it done anyway, man. We appreciate everybody who tuned in and everybody who rocks with us, man. We really appreciate it. Please subscribe, man. Follow us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. We're always posting clips and stuff throughout the week. And if you want to stay up with what's going on and stay trending, what is trending and what's going on in the world, we're going to keep you up to date on what's going on, man. And in our own fashion, not the same old news way of doing everything. We're gonna give you the real, how we really feel about it. And then like I said, we can have that discussion throughout the week if you disagree, and we could talk about it. You know what I mean? And I'm not the type of person who down you for your opinion. We could talk about things and try to meet into a point where we both feel like we're getting somewhere. But we appreciate everybody rocking with us, man. And into next week. Peace.
Holla, holla.
Watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the